vocational training beginning in the first year prepares the students for global job markets. The ICET Squad CS Conference 2025 serves as an international forum for academic discussion, research presentation, and technological networking. The conference highlight is we received the total papers number is 45 from 11 institutions. The top contributing institutions are SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram, 11 papers, and Periyar Maniammai Institute of Science and Technology, Tanjore, 10 papers, and Ramco Institute of Technology, 3 papers, Syed Ahmad Engineering College, Ramanathapuram, 2 papers, Einstein College of Engineering, Tirunelveli, 1 paper, Saranathan College of Engineering, Trichy, 1 paper, Nesamani Memorial College, Christian College, Marthandam, 1 paper, CSRR College of Engineering, Savagasi, 1 paper, and Sataraja College of Engineering, 1 paper. At last, the St. Joseph University, Chennai, 1 paper. The domain with the highest contributions, machine learning, 10 papers, and artificial intelligence, 4 papers, cybersecurity and digital forensics, 3 papers, blockchain technology, 3 papers. The conference features some of the most revolutionary research topics, including blockchain-based voting solutions and an AI-enhanced market analysis, IoT-based digital forensics, and speech recognition and sign language translation, and AML-based predictive model for agriculture. This conference brings together academia and industry experts to foster collaboration, innovation, and technological breakthroughs. It serves as a platform for knowledge sharing, networking, and future research endeavors. JP College of Engineering remains a pioneering institution in engineering education, research, and industry partnerships. The ICET Squared CS Conference 2025 is an embodiment of its commitment to scientific inquiry and technological innovation with strong institutional backing, cutting-edge research, and interdisciplinary collaborations. With that, JPC continues to pave the way for future-ready technocrats. We extend our warmest wishes to our esteemed dignitaries, scholars, and industry leaders. May this conference ignite intellectual curiosity, groundbreaking discoveries, and lasting collaboration that drive technological advancement worldwide. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful introduction to the conference. The significant highlight of today's program is the official release of the conference proceeding, which encapsulates the rich scholarly work being present. I now kindly invite the dignitaries, Reverend Mr. Hamlet, Administrator, and Dr. M. Rajkumar, Principal, sir, to release the proceedings. Also, I request all department HODs to join with this.
ஏண்டா இதுலேயே வந்து
It's now time to introduce a distinguished scholar whose work has significantly impacted the field of computer science. It's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker to the gallery. Dr. S. Vimal is a distinguished academic and researcher with 18 years of teaching and research expertise. He holds a BSc in Information and Communication Engineering from Anna University, Chennai, and a postdoctorate from Federal Institute of Science and Technology, Brazil. Dr. Vimal is recognized as a leading expert in artificial intelligence, game modeling, cognitive radio networks, network security, machine learning, and big data analytics. And EMC certified data science associate and a CCNA certified professional. He has published 150 papers in reputed journals, including 91 SCI, and 24 international and national conference papers. He is also the editor of 3 books with IGI Global, USA, and CRT Press, and has posted 28 scientist lists for 2022 and 2023 in and the International Young Scientist Researcher Award by for 2019, 2020. He holds 6 Korean patents and 3 Indian patents, along with 2 granted copyrights. Dr. Vimal has organized 13 fund talks and FTP worth 12 lakhs funded by AICTE, DST, DPT, ISTE, ICSSR, and Anna University. He has hosted 5 special sessions at IEE conferences in Thailand, Japan, and Osaka, and has extensive research collaborations with the eminent professors from the USA, France, Korea, Australia, Turkey, and Malaysia, and Middle Eastern countries. As a senior member of IEE and ISTE, Dr. Vimal serves on the editorial board of And
First of all, I like to thank the organizing committee of this international conference. First of all, I like to thank the organizing committee of this international conference on emerging and transformative technologies in computer science, which is a boon for the current era, since transformative technology is a key term where all the technologies are relying. And my heartfelt wishes to Princely HOD and my long-term and good friend Sendil of CSE and all the HODs and principal and the management committee for giving the opportunity to deliver this session. So without any delay, directly I will get into the session. So I will share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, once again, good morning to all the budding researchers and part of this conference. So with due respect to that transformative technology, it comprises of all the recent emerging areas, especially in terms of computer science, wherever the technology can be applied with innovations that will be the transformative technology. So it might include the emerging AI, big data analytics, robotic process automation, and AR, VR, cyber security, robotics, IoT, and still beyond, people are working in 6G technology, metaverse. So those technologies are also part of a sustainable environment technology, which will lead a path to development of the communities, especially whichever technology is coming, that will be the source for the communities of peoples who are residing upon those technologies. And definitely this is going to be a game changer for the human life also. So that will be the transformative technology where the human life, the work, the communications, the ICT paradigms, the shifting of different modern eras, everything is relied upon this transformative technologies. And people are very much working nowadays with robotics and drones. Even the school children are working on the drone technologies for bringing out a very good model which can be deployed for either farmers, smart hospitals, and for every day-to-day activities. So what will be the key areas in transformative technologies? So what are all the key areas mainly can be focused will be like, especially of course without AI and ML, nothing cannot be ruled out. So everywhere it's been a fascinating word. Without this word, nobody is going to develop their own projects, since automation is the main future era where people are focusing upon. So it is all about dealing the data, nothing but dealing the data. We have to handle the data, how we are going to utilize the data. Only in positive aspect we have to take and we have to utilize those content, right? So nowadays you can see in autonomous vehicle, medicals, and smart transportation and smart hospitalization, even smart city management. Our Indian government has been investing crores and crores for smart city management. People might be aware in many state inside Tamil Nadu has been developed with smart cities. Even in Tirunelveli and around areas, the smart city has been built up. So everywhere the automation is going on, definitely AI is going to be a backbone in that behind strategy. Next is quantum computing. So how come this quantum computing will be era for future? Without the background knowledge of quantum physics, we cannot able to take forward this technology, since many computations are being done here and many mathematical derivations are going on. It's all about comprising the data into bits, and we have to transfer the data. So data transfer from one area to another area will be a easy way. But how we are going to clean the data, how we are going to map the data, how we are going to send the data. People in past days, they worked on with nanotechnology. They use nanobits and they send the data. Now quantum came into existence. In a fraction of milliseconds, in a fraction of microseconds, you can deal the data, you can transfer the data, you can analyze the data. Definitely this is one of going to be a comprehensive technology where people have to focus their research work and people have to focus their analysis. Especially in India.ai, that is a mission developed by our Indian government recent days. Many crores are invested here, and technologies in quantum are very focusing here, and people have to work upon that. They have to bring this model into their situation, and you can integrate this quantum with artificial intelligence also. Many algorithms are like SVM is there, gradient boosting is there, LSTM is there, CNN, RNN. People used to term different algorithm for their own applications, right? So that quantum approaches will be a value added add-on feature. If people can order a very good flavor of ice cream in their own ice cream shop, the toppings what we are going to add in the flavor going to stimulate the person to have a flavor of the ice cream, right? So same way, if you are adding this quantum in your AI process, definitely it is going to be a effective solution and effective optimization for your process. Definitely nowadays quantum SVM approaches are many coming into ruling for different applications, for cancer predictions, then different ulcer predictions and Alzheimer's disease prediction. Many diseases are prevailing in day-to-day life due to different food culture, different habitats, right? So those analysis, prediction, and solutions can be given using this quantum computing with AI. Definitely, this is going to be a boom to researchers as well as to the technologies who are going to concentrate upon. Next is blockchain and distributed ledger technologies. Definitely, cryptocurrencies, people might know, and the young generation, they are very much aware of these cryptocurrencies, right? And trading and everything comes under this blockchain. Currently, RBI, Reserve Bank of India, is in the process of dealing how we can convert the money in terms of cryptocurrencies, whether it is legally accepted. If it is accepted, how it can be optimized. So before our government is bringing into this concern, many people are working in the blockchain, especially in ledger. There will be public ledger, private ledgers, decentralized system. Many things are there, especially this purpose is nowadays even used by many of our students below age 15 itself. They are very much aware, and all the people who are working on the trading platform might be aware of that. And there is an app called Grow Up. Many people are investing their money using this Grow Up. This is also a blockchain derived app. Many functionalities are working inside the app, so many people will be aware of the app. If not, you just explore what that app is like, investing in SIP, investing in one-time long-term investment. Those things are being a part of this blockchain. So what is happening here in the blockchain? Nothing but currency transaction. So how we can securely make a transaction from one end to another end without going for multiple communications. End to end, end user can use this to the end user connectivity. So that is one of the very good technology. Next is cloud computing and edge computing. When edge comes into picture, definitely the hardware part is going to be supportive, right? So without that, it is not at all possible. So how this cloud is work? People used to say, have completed the project, host the project in the cloud and deploy it, right? But the cloud market nowadays is very, very expensive. When you go for AWS or Azure, even a student cannot afford. 1 month of free usage can be allowed in AWS and Azure. But there are many products and many cloud platform available you can use at free of cost, right? Especially the OTT platform like Netflix, Z, and Prime. All these technologies are fully running behind the cloud. And also you can go for some news channels, right? People might be aware of the local news channels in Sun, Polymer, and many versions of channels are available. So those channels, what they are doing, they are stimulating the content to the cloud. Whenever it is being fetched, it's being derived. Same time, how the storage will be, different type of architectures are available. Many architecture are, being a cloud engineer, you should be very much aware about the architecture. Many architectures are there. You have to learn those architecture. Only then these platforms and implementation is also possible. And large scale AI training and real time data analytics at the edge. In this, I like to add upon Gen AI, right? Nowadays, Gen AI is one of the core area where many people are working in that, right? Nowadays, OTT platform, many platforms are migrating to Gen AI. Cloud with Gen AI is an optimal platform where many of the big product enabled companies are migrating for this platform. So you can make use of those things also. And edge is nothing but data transmission, like from one cloud to another cloud, or one cloud, or you can access the devices using the data, and from the data it might be derived, and you can share the data and you can discuss like that. So that is one of the interesting technology. Next comes the augmented reality and virtual reality. Definitely, in school days itself, nowadays students are learning, creating a model chemistry lab, model physics lab. They can use some Oculus device, they can use a stick, they can make a boundary. So this is all about initial phases. But how you can expand here? You can go for game development. Many people are working in Unity platform. That is one of the worst in the market. Many industries are hiring using this gaming platform, and education, healthcare, even in surgery. Many of the countries like US, UK, they have started investing in surgical equipments and how to monitor. They use robotics with AR, VR technology, and automation is the fully concern about the transformative technology. Without that, AR, VR, everything is not possible. But at the same time, we cannot fully rely on the automated technology. Only manual interventions should be there enough to handle the task, to handle the things, right? Next is IoT. So as days goes on, IoT has derived into IoMT, Internet of Everything, right? And many Internet of Things are prevailing. So Industry 4.0, 5.0, now even 6.0 is being taken into consideration. Wherever you are finding a hardware, you can deploy the hardware with the data and technology. So that brings the concern about IoT. Definitely in all the smart city development, in all the projects without IoT, it is not at all possible. Next is 5G and future wireless. We are using day-to-day mobile data networks. So how the 5G is working? We use the term in a simple way 5G, but the process behind is heavier, right? So bandwidth allocation, transformation allocation, utilization, everything need to be obscured, and also latency should be very, very low. Without low latency, the 4G, 5G, 6G cannot be possible. Even Samsung, Huawei companies, they are very much working on 6G technologies and how to deploy. Yes? Yeah. And autonomous vehicles. Currently, autonomous vehicles are being used in smart grids and remote surgeries. Everything, the future technology is going on. And of course, this is the area where AI peoples might be very much aware natural language processing. Of course, in Amazon ChatGPT, without ChatGPT nowadays, nothing is going to work. Similar scenario is going on, and Alexa, and how the machine can understand conversion of human-computer interactions, and translation algorithms, transition algorithms, many are there. And next is cybersecurity advances. We talk about ethical hacking, we talk about adaptive system, we talk about anomaly detection. So different versions of cybersecurity measures to be taken, and government is taking a special initiative on cybersecurity. Only very few people are working in this domain. If you are focusing your ideas, your model deployment in cybersecurity model, definitely that will be the model which will provide all sort of security features, especially in terms of your emails, your social medias and everything. And this is very interesting area, brain-computer interface and human-computer interaction. Without neural networks and neural devices, it is not at all possible to consider. That is very, very, very essential, right? So Elon Musk idea is all about to build this autonomous vehicle, right? So in all his projects or applications, if you observe, neural network plays a key, and you have to map it. Many neuromorphic sets are there. Many brain relevant activity recognition, EEG signal detection. Many things are possible using this technology, right? So this is a simple version, and these are all about the 10 areas transformative technology will touch upon. And with this version, many comes into market nowadays, like metaverse, right? 6G comes into effect, and autonomous AI agent is currently ruling the market. And while talking about the cloud, being an artificial intelligence or ML, you should be very much to know about what is DevOps, what is CI/CD pipelining, what is ML ops, and how you are going to integrate ML ops, right? So technology keeps on growing, but we have to be ready to access those technology in our works. That is what I feel to say. And of course, this is a neural network, ML, and right. So how this ML and AI, it is only for decision making. It is only a decision making purpose. But ML should handle the data, should deal the data, right? So ML comes with different set of algorithms. AI deals with decision making of those supplemented algorithm, right? So that one sequence is like how we are going to utilize the algorithm for the process and application that deals with the AI. ML, of course, it is a supervised and unsupervised and reinforcement learning process. So this part I like to highlight upon quantum computing, right? It consists of quantum processing unit and classical computer, right? So you can check around a normal CPU, whatever the instruction, whatever the flips you are going, that is going to be executed and it is going to process the data. But how this processing is going, data which is built in the CPU will be converted to QPU, and it will be handling the data and different like there will be application interface and software and quantum data encoder measurement. So this is a general buffer. So many things are possible. While coming to end user part, we have to deal different things. So QPU is nothing but you have to generate on circuit where the bits zeros and ones to be converted into quantum bits. So there are many operations like superposition, entanglement, interference, many things are available. So it is like a jam-packed environment. Once the data is being given to that, the data will be derived and it will be fetched easily. Right. One of the interesting areas is called cryogenics, right? And many airports started using this technology since like they need to deal the data. So quantum is being 1 year back, it was many has started utilizing, right? And another thing is, being a quantum, people might be aware of this Qiskit. It is an IBM driven tool, and many are working on this tool. It is just a tool, and it will handle the data whatever you are expecting and how that can be performed, right? So this is one of the emerging area. And if a person is working on quantum, definitely he have a very good future. The technologies are like a very strong boon where we can utilize the maximum things. So what we have discussed, like IBM, Google, Microsoft, they are investing huge amount of things for preparing this quantum computers and quantum processors, and especially in the area of drug discovery and clinical predictions, parameters, material science, like that, right? So this is all about blockchain and distributed technology. There is a centralized, decentralized, and distributed networks, right? It is purely an open source. Whatever you are going to create, that can be interacted, that can be deployed, and that can be bring to the global network, right? And it is uncensorable, right? It cannot be shut down or hacked, right? Normal days, we used to have a normal transaction, but now it will be converted and stored in a ledger, and that ledger ID will be used, and from there data will be fetched. So that is one of the interesting areas. So here the main agenda of using the blockchain is transparency, right? Security, immutability, and decentralization. Transparency is all about how we can deal the data, right? The sender and end user should be transparent enough to receive the communicated data. And often there is a term called Bitcoin. So whatever the dollars or amount you are going to invest, that will be converted to the Bitcoin. So we used to make this consensus. This consensus is a mechanism. It is a proof of work or proof of stake, So here a set of it can be fetched, it can be used, and it can be derived. Again, it can be fetched, it can be used, and it can be derived. Right. So exactly, Edge is all about how the cloud is going to store and retrieve. That is the main process of your cloud. Right. So as to where we can use this edge computing, mostly there is one emerging area called precision measurement. Right. Many mechanical aided companies are using this to identify the circumference of the particular machineries. They have to measure the circumference, and also if it is measuring the circumference and how the job can be exact. Precision is very, very essential here to identify the threading of the object into the available space, right? So if there is any accuracy estimation is very less, it is very, very difficult thing to manage. So many mechanical peoples along with AI engineer are working on this area, and especially in automobile, especially in manufacturing segments, it is coming like anything. It is booming like anything. Since in olden days it was a manual using and healthcare monitoring. Mostly we used to say when AI come into picture, it is about a clinical observation, it is about drug discovery, it is about genetic observations, right? And there are many features to interrogate how we can use the genetics, right, and manipulate where data can be stored in one end and it can be fetched in other end, right? So this is your virtual and augmented reality. Definitely in VR, it is like a fully enclosed experience, right? So within the defined environment, you can use this. But when in AR comes into picture, you can use, you can see a person wearing a specs, right? So virtual details will be collected and it will be demonstrated, right? So there are many apps like Pokemon Go, virtual try-on features. So you can try this app. Those who are having idea and those who want to pursue their domain, they can forward this. And mixed reality is a very good area there. Blender tools and there is a tool called Blender. You can make use of these things for making your VR and AR segment, and you can create more interactive experiences like that. You can facilitate and you can investigate, right? So this is all about IoT. Definitely, you can see many things are here. It is IoT enabled airports and IoT enabled mobile devices and data centers, smart homes, smart cities, right? So you can use ships. You can use in the ships. Even there is one strong thing when you are in the middle of the sea, you cannot able to use a frequency. Only a particular frequency will be available to communicate the ship with the seashore, right? So nowadays IoT and along with the sensor are being deployed to analyze the area of travel, to analyze where the ship is located. Like that, many new platforms are being created. So if you are using a cloud platform along with AI enabled IoT devices, you will be the masterpiece of any domains. Definitely, this is going to be a very good transformative thing, and you can deploy in your projects. Right. So directly I will come here. 5G. Definitely, how this 5G is work. Millimeter wave and terahertz communication should be deployed, and LTE Wi-Fi integration should be there. Macro cell, vehicular to road communication, massive machine type communication. So you can see different things here. See, you have a vehicle. You have to communicate through macro cell and the same communicated to pixel, and multi-streaming is being done. So when in previous term I stated that 5G people used to think it is a simple technology. It is not at all. Sending the data, communicating the data is entirely dependent on this wireless technology. This is not only a wireless technology. This is going to be one of the very, very, very strong technology where very few are working in this domain. So if you have chosen this area, you should be very thorough with dealing the bandwidth. You should be very thorough with handling the data, very thorough with communication platforms. Only then the latency will be mitigated. Definitely you can share your ideas. Right. So it is an enhanced mobile broadband. So we are using mobile nowadays. Without mobile, the human cannot survive. That is the era we are traveling. Even a kid with 4 to 5 years, they have started using mobile and state that they have started seeing colors, started using apps, right? Even at the age of 10, kids are like they have creating their own app. They are creating own websites. They are using Canva tools, right? So how this enhancement is done? Only with the support of mobile. So mobile, whatever the feature we are including, it will be a boon. So 5G enabled Android or or iOS will be the future platform where you can work upon and you can bring. And also currently 6G is in the baby formation phase, and many have started working on the 6G, and data rates are being going on, and many challenges and deployments are being going upon. So here comes the one interesting area, and I am very much scope about this NLP, since most of my publication and most of my areas confined with NLP, sentiment analysis, smart assistant, online researches, social media, right? So this is going to be one of the very strong area, since without this, it cannot be possible to convert. For an instant, we have developed one app. For example, a person who is going to travel from India to Jamma Masjid, right, the religious place, they want to travel, there may be some uneducated peoples are there. So how they can understand the languages using an app, right? So if they give their own regional languages as input, it will convert to the destination language. And also, if they use any voice modulation or voice pronunciation as input, it will be converted to the desired language, right? Every year, people used to travel from India to Jamma Masjid for their devotional approaches. So many uneducated peoples are traveling. They might not be aware of where we are and how to communicate. If they use that app, it will convert into text as well as speech. The project seems to be very little. We cannot use API alone to convert that, but how we can convert the text into speech, how we can convert speech to text, that is very, very essential nowadays. Even our IRCTC railways, that the announcement paradigm, that the text conversion, everything is totally working upon the NLP. It is a very, very, very good and strong area. If you are working on this area, very few projects are in alive, and you can bring out different features and different assumption to bring out the conditions, right? So NLP is one of the good area you can try upon. And cybersecurity advances, first it will identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. So how we are going to identify whether it is going to deal the governance data, whether it is going to deal the risk management, right? How we are going to protect the data, whether are we going to give any access control, are we going to deal the awareness. So many considerations are here, especially in dealing with protect. And third one is detect, especially anomaly detection and mitigations and detection process. Respond. So how we are going to filter out the responses, whether we are going to support any analysis here, whether we are going to give any mitigation support here. And final is recovery, that is your communication from end to end should be good, should be proper. And there is one main area I like to highlight upon this area, that is zero trust architecture. So this is never trust, always verify. Very few are working in this area, and zero trust architecture and zero trust security is the only area where much focus should be relied in predicting the data as well as transmitting the data. So the blockchain technology not only integrates the content but also works for the thing. And biometric authentication, everything is coming into the cyber security. So here we talk about human-computer interface. Generally, I like to highlight upon few things alone here, not to touch upon everything. Computer science, psychology, engineering, and sociology. You see here, different computer interactions are there. All these things comprises of your HCE. How we are going to communicate from our end to the computer interactions, right? Brain-computer interface. I like to add on here how the activity signal from the brain will reach the end user, right? There are many things available, many neuron circuits are available, many neural networks are also available. But this brain integration, should be communicative to all the devices. That is a part of the brain-computer interaction. There might be chances of utilizing the data from computer devices to the models. So we might be having some ideas in our mind, right? How we can convert the ideas, that will be the brain-computer interface. And in future advancement will be like making the thinking process of zeros and ones to segregate into the consideration. So here we have to touch upon cognitive system, virtual experiences, right? People used to, this is one interesting term, that telepathic communication. What I'm thinking, that should be the data received in the end user. That is one of the interesting things. Okay, so long we talked about the real time and applications of transformative technology. So I like to add one of my publication here in ML. So this is one of the recent publication we have done, and here we have collected some data through online sources only. So this we have published in one of the interesting journal, Network Model and Health Informatics. So this is a Scopus indexed journal from Springer. So here what we have collected the images of cancer and also non-cancer. We have trained, we have used deep learning models with stochastic gradient boosting, and we have analyzed this parameter. Right. In all over the world, the oral cancer is increasing heavily, since even the biopsy and histopathology images are giving a very good result. We cannot able to analyze the oral cancer immediately. So our technology was providing like within 24 hours, we need to analyze using the biopsy and histopathology. And we have to bring a time and cost effective solution. That is the intention of this research work. And also there are no proper screening tools, and in low income regions, there might not be a skilled professional available to arrive it. So in long term, it will be like we used to come across that it will be a somewhat, if you have any small wound in your tongue or lips or in your throat, what we feel is like it may be some due to food habits or anything, whatever the behind scenario it will be. But the proper diagnosis to be done, right? So here, in that perspective, we think upon AI and deep learning to revise the model. So what we have done is we have collected the data and we have categorized into two classes, healthy and oral cancer. We have resized the images to uniform dimensions, and we have performed the data augmentations and pixel values for deep learning we have done. And here we have used ResNet 50. It is a pre-trained CNN. From this, we have taken the lip and the tongue images, and we have captured the symptoms of cancer and non-cancers. And featured fusion is like how we can use the technology to adopt here. So this fusion enhances the power for classification. And finally, for classification, we have used the SGLR. This is a very good player in the market for classifier to identify your cancerous and healthy cells, right? It is about stochastic gradient-based logistic regression. It is very, very good algorithm, which we experienced while we are working on the available data. So you can see here, we have used ResNet, and we have taken the oral images and feature extraction has been done. So this is the entire architecture, how we are going to utilize the ResNet. There is a separate architecture and model. From this, we have extracted the features and we have visualized this, and we have classified the data, and we have got an accuracy estimation of 99.7%, right? So only the accuracy and efficiency will derive where we can assume that this algorithm for this image is going to be a better prospectus. That type of things we have worked here. So accuracy we received around 97.8, sorry, once again, okay, and precision 97.2, and this accuracy we fine-tuned now with gradient boosting model, and we come across with 99.7%, and we have submitted on research work and it is under review. So this is last year data, and we have approached and we have compared our model with CNN, SVM and KNN. Finally, we have done this. Also, we have used the YOLO model also, but we can't able to get this much prediction. Only it supports up to 95%. But now, as goes on, we have received a very good accuracy and F1 score, right? Okay, so this is all about I want to convey, and this is about the AI powered classification and life saving potential. Whichever algorithms, whichever model, whichever technology we are working, if we are dealing in public health, that's going to be one of the life-saving model. And definitely, if you are working on health aspects, ensure that your data is good, data is clean. If you are dealing any histopathology images, or if you are dealing, the classification algorithm should be good enough to get a very good accuracy. So we worked with starting from 92% accuracy, later we derived around 97, and currently we have derived around 99.7%. So we assure that the model what we have chosen is running with a very good scope, and especially when it comes into healthcare objective, the diagnosis should be very, very particular and very common platform, cost-effective solution to analyze the data, right? So this, so up to this, I like to wind up. So at last, I like to convey a few things that transformative technology not only a boon, and also how we are going to take the technology and make use of the technology is the very good opportunity you have learned. Make any one technology, apply for any of the application, definitely you will get a very good scope, and definitely you will bring a very good outcome. And whatever the application you are taking, that should be good enough for your community, especially for saving the human life or saving the environment. Sustainable. So people used to say nowadays sustainable goals, right? So it should map any of your goals. So work for the future development and work for the future community. So that's all I like to give from my end. So over to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks to all the organizing committee, coordinators, and all the.
So first, I want to say we are honored to have you with us today, sir. Through your presentation, we got clear idea about the rise of transformative technology. Thank you, sir, for your enlightening and thought-provoking presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's both an honor and a privilege to welcome our esteemed chief guest for today's event, a distinguished academician, an inspiring researcher, and a respected educator, Dr. SUMARNI BINTI HUSSEIN. She serves as a senior lecturer at Faculty of Computer and Mathematics Sciences at Universiti Teknologi Mara. Since joining the university on the 1st September 2021, she has made remarkable contributions in the areas of teaching, research, and community development. Academically accomplished, Dr. SUMARNI holds a doctoral philosophy from Universiti Teknologi, Malaysia, complemented by a Master of Science in Information Technology from University of Technology, Mara, and a bachelor's degree in computing from the University of Wales, College Newport. Her academic journey reflects a strong foundation and passion for information and communication technology. Her expertise lies in information systems planning with a specialized focus on enterprise architecture, a critical area in the digital transformation of organization. Her work aligns with University Technology Mara's research nexus under the theme of social creativity and innovation, and falls under the broader domain of ICT policy and social impact. Throughout her career, Dr. SUMARNI has shown a deep commitment to advancing the field of ICT and its societal implications, making her a thought leader and a role model for many aspiring professionals. We are truly privileged to have her with us today. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Surya SUMARNI Pindi HUSSEIN. Please, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much to our Master of Ceremony for the quite thorough introduction. I hope you can hear me clearly. Yes, of course. Okay, thank you. So, welcome everyone. So, let me share first the slides. Okay. Okay. Okay, so hopefully everyone can see it. Okay, welcome everyone. First and foremost, thank you to JB College of Engineering India and the conference committee for this opportunity. My students from Bachelor of Information System, Intelligent System Engineering, UITM is also watching this on YouTube. Thank you, Mr. Princely, for giving us the opportunity to join the sessions. Yes, these activities will strengthen our MOU. Thus, without further ado, I would like to share crucial topics. I will touch into the ethical landscape of AI-powered tool in higher education institution. So as we explore this, I want us to consider how integrating enterprise architecture can facilitate responsible innovation. First, let's acknowledge that AI transforms higher education by enhancing teaching and learning experience, such as adaptive learning system, offer personalized education tailored to individual needs. AI tutors provide support around the clock, making learning accessible anytime. Predictive analytics and smart administrative tools optimize decision-making process. So it is important to approach this advancement with a strong ethical framework. Thus today, we will not only discuss the innovation AI brings, but also ethical challenges that come with it. So let's get started. Okay, next. Okay, this is the content of my sharing today. So today we are providing an overview of the integration of AI in higher education institution and how it's related to enterprise architecture. We'll start with the basic. AI is being utilized in various ways within HEIs. Think about adaptive learning and AI tutors that offer personalized feedback. These tools not only enhance academic engagement but also automate routine administrative tasks, making life easier for both student and faculty. So now as we go deeper, it is important to recognize that while AI offers incredible benefit, many students still struggle with understanding these technologies. So this underlines the urgency for developing proactive integration strategies. And that where EA comes into place. EA or enterprise architecture provides a framework that aligns all our institutional goals with the necessary IT infrastructure, allowing for more systematic approach to AI integration. So as we move forward, consider how these elements can work together to foster responsible innovation in higher education. Okay. So for introduction, as we know, higher education institutions like JPCOE and also UITM are increasingly leveraging adaptive learning system, AI tutors and predictive analytics. So these tools are transformative. They are not only personalized learning path for students, but also automate routine tasks and provide invaluable data-driven insight for decision making. So let's think about how these innovations are shaping our classroom. For instance, AI tutors can offer real-time feedback and guidance, which is crucial for enhancing student learning experience. Moreover, adaptive platforms are tailoring content specifically to meet student needs, ensuring that no one left behind. However, it is important to note that while this system is improving academic engagement, many students currently lack sufficient knowledge about the AI technology. So this gap hides AI landscape. So AI as a central enabler AI is not just a standalone technology. It amplifies the capabilities of others in the circle. For example, you can see that big data fuels AI models with vast data set. Robotic and drones rely on AI for autonomy and decision making. IoT devices generate real-time data and AI system analyze. AR and VR experience are enhanced by driven personalization and interaction. So genetic healthcare in AI are revolutionizing diagnostic and personalized medicine. So the diagram mirrors the global trends of integrating AI sectors from manufacturing, that is 3D printing, robotics, to finance, blockchain, and healthcare, genetics, and big data. Okay. Now, let's dive into the current application of AI in higher education. We see AI tutors providing real-time feedback and guidance, which helps students stay on track. Imagine having a personalized assistant available 24/7 to support your learning journey. Next, adaptive platform that are tailoring content specifically to students' needs. This means that each student receives a unique learning experience, enhancing their engagement and also understanding. So also consider the enrollment and retention prediction model. This system analyzes the trend and behavior to help institutions to make informed decisions about resources, allocation, and student support. Automatic grading and plagiarism detection systems are also revolutionizing how educators assess student work. By streamlining this process, AI allows educators to focus more on teaching and less on administrative tasks. However, there's an important point to note. While AI enhances flexible learning, many students still lack sufficient knowledge about this technology. This gap highlights the need for proactive integration strategies to ensure everyone benefits from AI potential. So as we move forward, understanding how EA can provide a structured framework for aligning AI with the institutional goal is crucial. So this will enable us to implement AI effectively and ethically in our educational system. So as we focus into the ethical challenges surrounding AI in the higher education, it is crucial to focus on these three key areas, that is data collection risk, storage and protection, and also compliance requirement. We look into the data collection risk, which AI systems are designed to gather extensive data on students. This raises significant concern regarding consent and how this information is utilized. It is vital that we navigate those concerns thoughtfully. Okay, next point is on the storage and protection. Once data is collected, institution must ensure it is stored securely. This means safeguarding against breaches and unauthorized access. It is not just about collecting data, it's about protecting it. And the third point is on the compliance requirement. Finally, adhere to laws like FERPA or GDPR is non-negotiable. So this regulation guide ethics, data management practices, and ensure that institutions are held accountable. So overall, as we integrate AI into education, we must prioritize ethical consideration to protect our students and also maintain trust. Okay, now we look into the case study related to this topic. So let's explore how AI ethics play out in real world scenarios. First, we look at the positive examples. So some institutions are successfully using AI tutor. This system enhances accessibility and engagement by providing personalized support. This means students receive tailored help, which foster a more inclusive learning environment without compromising ethical standards. So now let's contrast this with the negative example. Microsoft Teams chatbot, launched in 2016, is quickly spiraled out of control, generating inappropriate content. So this incident highlights the risks that come from inadequate safeguards and pressing needs for ethical oversight in AI development. So in summary, this example shows us the potential of AI when used responsibly, but they also serve as a stark reminder of the ethical challenges we must navigate in this evolving landscape. Okay, let's look another case where we take a closer look at Smart Sparrow. Okay, Smart Sparrow is a fantastic example on how technology can transform education. It adapts lessons in real time based on student response, allowing each learner to progress at their own pace. This is not only enhance engagement but also foster a deeper understanding of the material. Next, we can't overlook the impact of AI tutors. These tools provide tailored assistance, addressing individual learning challenge effectively. So you can imagine a student who struggles with a concept, an AI tutor can pinpoint those difficulties and offer personalized support. So in summary, both Smart Sparrow and AI tutor or other type of generative AI applications showcase that potential of AI to create more accessibility and engaging learning experience. Okay, as we explore the negative impact of AI, let's examine a particular concerning issue, that is false acquisition. AI plagiarism detector, while intended to uphold academic integrity, can sometimes make serious mistakes. They may wrongly accuse students of cheating. This error don't just affect grades, they can cause undue stress and lead to academic penalties. This not only undermine trust in AI tools but also impact student well-being. So, have you ever experienced or heard about the similar situation? I believe yes, because it's also happened in our institution where actually the student is good. However, we need to recheck, but because we thought that he or she being used in the AI tools. However, it is not. So as we continue, let's think critically about the implication of these technologies and the importance of ethical oversight in AI development. Okay, thus, it is essential to recognize the risk associated with bias. Okay, AI system, especially those involved in grading essays, can often perpetuate bias. For instance, you might notice that certain writing styles or cultural references are favored over others. So this is where we begin to see serious implication for equity in educational assessment. So the result, students from the diverse background may find themselves at disadvantage, which raises significant fairness concern. Understanding this issue is crucial as we explore how AI impact our educational landscape and the students within it. Let's keep in this mind as we move forward to discuss transparency and accountability in AI systems. Okay. As we transition to our next topic, this is about transparency and accountability. First, it's essential to recognize that transparency is the key. We need to understand how AI decisions are made. This clarity builds trust in educational tools, making it easier for everyone to engage with them effectively. So let's talk about accountability. Developers must be held responsible for the outcome produced by AI. This accountability ensures that AI is used ethically and aligned with our educational values. These two concepts, transparency and accountability, are vital for fostering a safe and fair learning environment. Okay. We dive into the topic of addressing bias and transparency in the AI system. It is crucial to recognize that AI can both embed and amplify bias, which can significantly impact equitable outcome for students. Let's break this down into three key points, which is bias and fairness, need for transparency, and accountability mechanism. So for bias and fairness, understanding how AI make decisions is essential. This understanding fosters trust and accountability among everyone involved, particularly students and educators. So the need for transparency, we must establish clear structure of responsibility regarding AI decision. This way we can prevent harm and ensure oversight, which is vital for maintaining confidence in the system. accountability mechanism is just not about having transparency, it's about ensuring there are mechanisms in place that hold system accountable for their decision. So in summary, addressing this aspect is not just a technical requirement, but a moral obligation to create fair and just educational environment. So next, let's look at the best practices for ethical AI use. First, you must protect data privacy. It is essential to implement strong safeguard that secure student information. This isn't just about compliance, it's about fostering trust among students, parents, and also educators. Next, we need to actively eliminate bias. Identifying and reducing AI bias is not only a technical challenge, but a moral obligation. By doing this, we can work towards equitable outcome for all students. Lastly, maintaining transparency in AI processes is critical. We must ensure that educators and students understand how decisions are made. This clarity will help build trust and accountability. Okay. Next is ethics guideline for AI across the nation. So the study examined the ethical guidelines for AI research and development from several developed countries, including the US, EU, Japan, mainland China, and Taiwan. It's fascinating to see how, while some common terms like AI, human, and development emerge, the emphasis placed on ethical principles varied significantly across the nation. This variation not only highlight cultural and developmental difference, but also underscore the pressing needs for international collaboration. Our findings reveals that harmonizing this ethical standard is crucial to ensure consistent and fair practice in AI ethics globally. As we move forward, keep this implication in mind. They are pivotal for shaping the future of AI in a way that is both ethical and equitable. Okay, this is a comparative studies of global AI ethics guidelines. So let's take a moment to reflect on this importance of this guideline. All countries emphasize the need for AI development that aligns with human-centric values and safety. This is crucial because it ensures that technology we create serve humanity rather than defract from it. Okay, now let's discuss common themes. One major takeaway is that international collaboration is vital. Establishing consistent and fair ethics globally is not just beneficial but necessary. However, we must also acknowledge the difference that exists. For example, the European Union puts a strong emphasis on privacy, whereas the US and China tends to focus more on innovation. This variation reflects cultural priorities and are essential to understand as we push for harmonize in AI ethics. By recognizing these complexities, we can better navigate the landscape of AI ethics and look toward an equitable future. The lesson learned from case study and comparative analysis, there's a few critical aspects of AI system to be aware. First, we need to acknowledge real-world failures. It is essential to highlight the risks of bias and harmful content that can arise within the AI system. So these failures serve as a start reminder of the potential pitfall we must navigate. Next, we turn our attention to the ethical framework. This process is a pressing need for robust testing, transparency, and continuous evaluation. Without this element, we cannot ensure that our AI system are operating fairly and responsibly. And finally, let's consider international perspective. Different cultural contexts significantly shape our ethical priorities and guidelines. Understanding this variance is crucial as we move forward. Lastly, I want to emphasize the importance of global collaboration. It is essential for harmonizing standard and ensuring AI practice worldwide. Without this collaboration, inconsistency will prevail. So these lessons are not just academic, they are vital for shaping the future of AI in a way that is equitable and just for all. Okay, so now we look into how enterprise architecture or EA can play a role in crafting ethical AI adoption. So actually, enterprise architecture is my area. So my PhD is on information system measuring enterprise architecture. So enterprise architecture is an approach that structured standardize the most of the IT implementation, okay, in organization, in the enterprise. So we look here as we shift our focus to EA. There are 4 domains, okay. That is business domain, data domain, application domain, and technology domain. Okay. So first we look how the business domains is related here. So this is crucial because it's defined the institutional program itself, like our institution, and the resource necessary for driving educational success. Okay, so the data domain. Okay, data is all about managing our data storage and intelligence. In today's world, data is our most valuable asset. Okay, following that, we have application domain. So this domain facilitate the flow of information through software, ensuring that our systems are interconnected and efficient. And finally, the technology domain support the infrastructure and automation that are vital for our institution to function seamlessly. Overall, EA or enterprise architecture enables higher education institutions to adapt digital demands. It aligns technology with strategy, foster innovation, and prepare students for ever-evolving industry landscape. With this foundation in place, we can confidently move towards adopting AI as a transformative force in our institution. Okay, let's explore the crucial role of EA in adopting AI. Adopting AI is just not about technology itself. It requires a solid framework, and that's where EA comes into play. Alignment with strategy. First, EA helps align AI initiative with the overall institution strategy. So this ensures that technology is not a standalone effort, but is integrated into the core mission of the institution. Second is foster an environment for innovation. By providing a structured approach, EA enables higher education institutions to explore creative solutions that leverage AI effectively. And preparing for the future, lastly, it prepares students for evolving industry needs. As we adopt AI, it is essential for us to equip our students with the skill necessary to thrive into tech-driven workforce. So in summary, without a robust EA, the adoption of AI can become fragmented and less effective. Next, we will discuss the specific service that can support this transformation. Okay, this is a part of architecture diagram, okay, and how AI-driven business transformation as an accelerator. Okay, we look into the first layer, enterprise-wide business drivers. AI transformation driven is driven by key business needs: enhanced decision-making, increased operational efficiency, faster time to market, and high service quality. Okay, and the second layer will define the goal for AI initiative to align AI with business strategy and focus on improving data quality, enhancing model accuracy, reducing deployment time, and also ensuring model performance. The third layer is establish AI-centric business process. So in order for us to adopt AI, so it requires integration, data collection, model training, model development, and model monitoring, which in the involvement of cross-functional teams is must, okay, to ensure the successful of AI transformation. So it depends on the collaboration between the data team, the AI engineer, the DevOps, and also the monitoring teams. So this framework highlights how AI is not just a tool, but a core enabler of business agility and innovation, requiring clear goals, structured process, and cross-functional collaboration among departments. Okay, this is one of the example of our research. Okay, me and my friend from UTM, where how we want to integrate AI into EA towards digital transformation of both public sector and higher education. So in public sector, AI automates processes, enhance decision making, okay, optimize decision making, and across various government function. Okay, enhance predictive analytic too. But in higher education, it's almost the same. It reshapes the academic experience by personalized learning, automating assessment, providing real-time feedback, and streamlining research management. AI also support academic innovation by offering predictive insights that guide research, optimize resource allocation, and enhance academic data management. So as demand for AI-driven solution growth, higher education institutions embrace AI to improve engagement and academic performance and foster a culture of innovation. So the widespread adoption of AI in HEI highlights the critical role of AI and EA framework in driving long-term growth, optimizing operation, and delivering value for a stakeholder. Okay, this is one of the prominent framework of EA. It's called the Open Group Architecture Framework. It's a structured approach for designing, planning, implementing, and governing EA. It is enhanced here with annotation related to AI principle and ethics. So AI principle and ethics are annotated in red, indicating that the need to embed ethical consideration and AI governance within the architecture lifestyle. AI should be aligned with business strategy and technology capabilities. So this framework illustrates how enterprise architecture can be adapted to responsible integrate AI, ensuring alignment with strategic goal, ethical standard, and operational readiness. Okay, so this is a study from Gartner outlining the 5 foundational principles that guide ethical AI development and deployment. So this principle ensure AI systems are aligned with human values, societal needs, and responsible governance. There are 5 core of AI ethical principles, that is human-centric and social beneficial. So AI should enhance human well-being and contribute positively to society. Okay, fair. Fair. AI must avoid bias and discrimination, ensuring equitable outcome for all users. Explainable and transparent. AI decisions should be understandable and traceable by humans. Cost, secure and safe. AI system must be robust, resilient and protected from misuse or harm. And lastly, accountable. Clear responsibility must be assigned for AI outcomes and impact. So these principles serve as a moral and operational compass for organizing adopting AI, helping to build a trustworthy, responsible and sustainable AI system. Okay. So now we look into the comparison of EA-driven ethical AI use across institutions. So first we look into the US institution. So there strong emphasis on adhering to general data protection regulation and ensuring fairness in their decision. So this commitment highlight the critical nature of compliance and ethics in AI usage. So next we have EU University. They prioritize integrating cultural ethics alongside rapid tech adoption. This balance is essential as it recognizes that technology must respect and reflect local values and beliefs. So lastly, Asian universities are also navigating this landscape by focusing on cultural ethics while embracing technology advancement. So this approach showcases a diverse perspective of ethical AI use, which is invaluable across the global landscape. Okay. So this is the detail how the role of EA will integrate ethical AI. So it's break into three fundamental components, that is a structure, ethical integration, and also continuous oversight. So first is the structure. So EA has to act as a blueprint, defining how technology and process align with our organization goal and values. So this alignment is critical to ensure that AI initiatives reflect our mission and ethics. Next is ethical integration. So EA is just not about technology. It's embed ethical guidelines that ensure our AI system comply with our institutional values and regulation. Think of it as our moral compass in the AI landscape. Okay, lastly is continuous oversight. EA facilitate ongoing monitoring and adjustment of AI implementation. This is essential to prevent ethical lapses and maintain trust with our stakeholder. So does ethical framework for AI in education need to focus on fairness, transparency, and also accountability? Okay, so before that, Okay, this is I adapt from the India EA framework. Actually, India has their own EA framework. It's called India. Okay, you can Google that. So to prepare for AI in government, it is essential to recognize its transformative potential. Means that AI can enhance how government entities operate, improving governance and service delivery. Okay, however, we must acknowledge that this journey is not without its challenge. So this challenge is driven approach, the security concerns. So here's where EA comes into play. Okay, so by adopting architecture-based approach, we can effectively address this impediment. So the India framework help elevate the readiness of government entities to embrace AI. So we explore the specific of how EA can mitigate these challenges. Think about how approach can pave the way to more efficient and secure AI integration and government system. Okay, this is also from India framework, AI adoption based on EA. It's just a few things that are highlighted here. It has a lot actually challenges for AI adoption, but I only took 3 of it. Okay, that is most related to institution, a higher education institution. First is, of course, the legacy of IT infrastructure. Okay, so the technology reference model or TRM will help crucially addressing the change posed by the legacy IT infrastructure. So by driving modernization, we can standardize our infrastructure, which is essential for seamless AI adoption. So it minimizes the risk associated with outdated system. So next, we will look into the data reference model. So this model emphasizes the importance of data-driven approach. So AI thrives on data, and for it to be effective, it must be well-defined, contextualized, and shared in a way for comprehensive analysis. So this ensures that our decision-making is informed and insightful. And of course, lastly, is considered a security reference model. Security is paramount, especially when dealing with sensitive data. So the SRM provides a multi-tiered approach for securing our assets, guiding us from data protection to cloud infrastructure security. This integrated security framework is vital for trust and accountability in AI implementation. Okay, brief sharing about what we have done in Malaysia. So we have this visual highlights Malaysia's strategic commitment to AI and digital transformation through 3 key national policy documents. Okay, we have National 4th Industrial Revolution policy focused on preparing Malaysia for the technology shift of the 4th IR, emphasize on AI, robotics, IoT, and automation as core enablers of national progress. Second is Malaysia National Artificial Intelligence Roadmap. Okay, we call it AI RMAP 2021 and 2035, serve as a central AI strategy document. So outline goals for AI talent development, research and innovation, ethics and governance, and industry adoption. So features of digital brain symbolizing intelligent transformation. And third documents is Malaysia Digital Economy Blueprint, aim to position Malaysia as digitally driven high-income nation. So integrate AI into broader digital economy goals, including e-commerce, fintech, and smart government. So these 3 documents form the foundation of Malaysia AI ecosystem, aligning national priorities with global trends in technology, innovation, and digital governance. Okay, this visual showcases Malaysia's strategic documents guiding the adoption and governance of AI in the public sector. Okay, these policies aim to modernize government service, promote digital first thinking, and ensure responsible AI integration. So we have a strategic plan for digital transformation in public sector. We also have a digital first mindset. Okay, and we also have a guideline for AI adoption in public sector. Okay, so these documents reflect Malaysia's commitment to building a digital empowered public sector, which AI is a key enabler of innovation, transparency, and citizen-centric services. Okay, so next step. Yes, first we must learn from failures. It is crucial to incorporate lessons from past AI ethical challenge into our future design. Next, we need to enhance transparency. promoting openness in decision making, and data use is essential for building trust among stakeholders. Foster collaboration. Okay, encouraging international cooperation will help us align ethical standards across border. By addressing key areas, we can build more ethical, fair, trustworthy AI system education and beyond. And together, let's take this step towards forward and ensure that responsible integration of AI in our educational framework. Okay, as a conclusion, on advancing higher education institution with AI enterprise architecture, let's take a moment to reflect on a few key concepts which we already discussed before. Integration. Integration is crucial. By implementing AI-powered personalized learning within EA approach, we can ensure that technology aligns seamlessly with our educational goal. This approach allows us to tailor learning experience to each student's unique needs. Okay, next, customization. Customization is a game changer. Machine learning opens doors to creating tailored learning paths, adaptive content, and intelligent tutoring system. This is not only enhance engagement but also prepares our students for success in an increasingly digital economy. Lastly, our future focus must include addressing the effect of learning. It's essential that we consider the ethical use of data and expand our research on blended learning environment. This element will help ensure that we are not just innovators but responsible stewards of technology in education. Okay, so as we move forward, let's keep this principle in mind to shape more ethical and effective AI landscape in education. So let's highlight some key takeaways from this presentation. First, it is essential to recognize AI ethical's impact. So this means understanding how AI influences privacy, fairness, and accountability in our learning environment. Next, we must leverage on enterprise architecture. By applying EA framework, we can systematically embed ethics into our AI adoption process. This approach ensures that ethical considerations are not afterthought but a foundation aspect of our strategies. Lastly, we need to commit to continuous oversight. Regularly reviewing our AI tools for bias and compliance is vital. This is not only help us to adapt our policies as needed, but also reinforce our commitment to ethical practice. So let's engage across discipline and foster collaboration among our stakeholders to ensure that we innovate responsibly. Okay? Together, we can shape the future of education with AI, balancing innovation with ethical stewardship. Okay, thank you for your attention and thank you for all your engagement today. So, thank you for your time and commitment. So, you have any questions to reach out to me at my email or through my website. Okay, thank you very much. Back to you, MC.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, Dr. SUMARNI, for your enlightening presentation on the ethical landscape of AI-powered tools in higher education institutions. Your expertise and insights have provided us with a deeper understanding of the importance of ethics in AI adoption and role of enterprise, architecture in promoting responsible innovation. We appreciate your time and effort in sharing your knowledge with us, and we are grateful for the thought-provoking discussion that followed. Your contribution to this event has been invaluable, and we are thankful for your presence. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
To conclude this inaugural session, I invite Mrs. A. Vinoda Vasuli, Head of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, to propose the vote of thanks. Please, ma'am.
Good afternoon to everyone. It's my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks at the conclusion of today's session of the International Conference on Emerging Transformative Technologies in Computer Science. First and foremost, we honor our founder chairman, Reverend Father Dr. J. Arulraj. His enduring vision and blessing continue to illuminate our path and inspire our pursuit of our excellence. To our respected administrator, Reverend Sister Hamlet, thank you for your unwavering support and inspirational leadership in culture of innovation with our institution. My heartfelt thank you and esteemed Principal Dr. Rajkumar sir for your constant encouragement and unwavering support. It have been instrumental in making this confidence a reality. We are deeply grateful to our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. Vimal, and SURYA's Mary Susan for sharing their invaluable knowledge and insight. Their contribution has greatly enhanced this event. Then our sincere thanks to our jury member, Dr. A. Jainul Fatima, Francis Xavier Engineering College, and Dr. S. Agila Rajini, Kamaraj College of Engineering, and Ms. Dr. Muhammad Ali, JP College of Engineering, and Dr. Nelson Kingsley Joel, JP College of Engineering, for your time, expertise, and thoughtful evaluation for research papers presented. Your presence has been evaluated and the quality of this conference. To the head of the department, we appreciate and continued our support and collaborative spirit that emphasize and interdisciplinary nature for this event. To our faculty colleges, thanks for commitment, hard work, and behind the scenes effort that made today as a success. And finally, to all the participants and the students, thank you for your enthusiastic involvement, where active engagement ensure that this conference remains a meaningful dialogue, planning, and growth for the platform. Once again, and thank you all for your presence and contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for those gracious words of appreciation. With that, we conclude the inaugural ceremony of the International Conference on Emerging and Transformative Technologies in Computer Science. We thank each of you for your presence and participation. Let the day ahead be filled with rich discussions, new ideas, and meaningful collaboration. Thank you all for your active participation. We are looking forward to your support in our future events also. Thank you all.